All right, let's get into the shoe video. My last one probably still isn't posted yet, but hopefully it'll be up eventually. I don't know. Just in case this one gets posted first. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry for the long break again. I'm sorry. It happens. I will try to be more consistent. My apologies. We'll see how. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this video is called "The Female Gooners Must Be Stopped," and just some background. I didn't know female gooners existed before I became a VTuber, and then I saw all the LewTubers, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, what the, what the? Now, me personally, I don't mind LewTubers. I mean, I don't rush to go watch their content or anything. I'd rather watch a woman yap about important stuff rather than just trying to get their viewers off. But that's just me. All right, that kind of sounds backhanded. I'm sorry, but never mind. I'm not sorry for that. That I gotta stand on business. All right, LewTubers, you have your place, but you're not gonna be at the top of the hierarchy for VTubing. That's just how it goes. Sex sells, and it's easy. So the people who do the harder things get more accommodation in the community, if you even want to call it that. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be talking about erotic novels, which is basically just porn for women. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, hopefully the audio's good. Let's just jump into it. I'll try to keep the yap to a minimum.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Hello.
What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews, this book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or Book Talk, as the kids call it.
Is it the Milk and Farm book? It probably is.
Thousands and thousands of women, in particular, have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course.
Yeah, I figured it was that one. Ah. And I thought men looked at depraved shit, but this is like, when you get to the point where you're reading smut about a man bull hybrid taking you away from your prostitution milking job. You might want to pull back a little bit. You might want to pull back from the goon a little bit. Like I bet that post nut clarity hits insane. I bet it hits insane. Sorry if my mic levels are by the way. New mic, trying to find levels that I can adjust to, but sorry if I'm too loud or if the video's too low or any of that. I'm sorry. Gotta work through the scuff as life brings it. But yeah, let's see what she got to say about it.
A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job jerking off monsters.
You heard it here first, guys. Jerking off monster bulls is less degrading than doing OF, apparently.
That's right, the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
Let it be a guy though. Let it be a guy. You'll get a fucking Google Doc dropped about how he's a fucking sick piece of shit. Cancelled. But it's in book form, so it's fine, right? It's fine, right?
It was a good time. It did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon.
Well, I guess you're a raccoon then.
Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this because it is so good.
My thing is, women. All right, so Just a forewarning. I'm gonna bring back a lot of my incel rage for this video as a former incel. I know. Get your comments out now. Get your comments out now. As a former incel, I will bring back my rage for this video. And the first thing I want to say is women will read shit like this and then fucking tweet, "Where have all the good men gone?" Guess what? Good men, like, you're not gonna find a half man, half bull hybrid to pull you out of your fucking woes, guys. You're not gonna find a half man, half bull hybrid to pull you out of your woes, guys. It doesn't exist. That's like a lonely man saying, I mean, all right, I'll say it anyway. That's like a lonely man saying, all right, I got my anime waifus. Why do I need a real woman? Like, it's the same shit. So, if you read shit like this, don't get mad at men for watching VTubers and replacing that for actual human content. I mean, contact. That's it.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female gooners.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you...
That's so cringe, man. Like, I always do this, but imagine a male equivalent to that. Like, a dude just showing off his goon cave with all the on his screen. Like, I watch
MF Doom, Mr. Fantastic villain.
Like, it's cringe either way, guys. It's cringe.
Unaware, gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And
Yeah.
smut is slang for
MF Doom.
romance novels, otherwise known as porn. Many
Yeah.
correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry, Rebel. I just realized that I can't say that. I can't say the P word on YouTube. So you're gonna have to do some censoring. I already made your job a lot harder. I'm sorry. Leave a comment saying how Rebel's the GOAT, because he's the only reason I'm uploading. All of the videos before, like, the last two were done by me, and you can see how shitty they're edited compared to now.
and their relationships. And most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it.
That's why we get post-nut clarity. Exactly.
That is why they delete their browser history.
Yes.
That is why they go incognito mode.
Yes.
But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores.
And make TikToks bragging about it.
They proudly pose in front of their smut collections.
Yes.
They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get...
What? And I thought furry conventions were weird. What the f-
choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless Wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shoe...
Is that why so many women are into Ghostface now? I don't know how many women need to hear this, but if Ghostface invaded your home, he's not having sex with you. He's gonna f- kill you and then take your shit. Cause, yeah, that's how serial killers work. Don't romanticize that. I can't believe I have to say that.
Isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes.
It is.
Yes, it is. But have you considered, it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6.
Alright, she has a point there. Men don't really have anything like that. I mean, I guess a beard, but, I mean, that's still natural.
They're truly mysterious, magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay? You don't understand.
It is more sophisticated. We don't watch it, we read it. Hey, Code, what's up? What do you mean you disagree with my...
But fear not, I have an app for that. So before we get into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, Ground News. Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers an easy way to read news from all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political aisle and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Gavin Newsom is signing a bill to give 800,000 Uber and Lyft drivers in California the right to unionize. Pretty cool. Rare Newsom W. 12 news sources covered this, 7 were left-wing and 0 were right-wing, because the right is covering a far more important topic. Harvard hires drag performer Lahore Pakistan as a visiting professor. 21 news sources covered this, 20 were right-wing, 1 was left-wing. A country divided. Ground News also makes it very easy to compare headlines, so you could see how political bias completely...
By the way, I agree with Uber and Lyft drivers and DoorDash and all that unionizing, because I used to do DoorDash and that shit is trash. Like, you shouldn't have to deliver food for $2, especially if you're driving like 10 miles. Who the fuck wants to do that? That's why I quit.
Reframes a story. For example, talking about how Trump has been posting a bunch of those sombrero memes, and the New York Post says, White House official behind Trump's hilarious meme war on Dems revealed. And then a left-wing outlet covers the same story, like, as the shutdown continues, a checked-out Trump posts childish memes. Wildly different vibes going on here. I've been...
Bruh. Everybody shit posts online, even politicians. Like, have you seen the JD Vance memes that politicians have been posting? Everybody shit post online now. And yeah, this guy came in and tried to be a dick. He came in and was like, I disagree with your rules. And he was like, be respectful to everyone. I disagree with that. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, if you don't know how to be respectful to people and what they believe, then get the fuck out of my stream. Like, it's simple. You don't have to announce it and get me tilted. Like, bruh, go troll somebody else.
I'm sorry, my mentor. I have failed you.
You have not failed me, Ray. You banned the shit out of him, and that's basically all I ask. I gave him a chance to try to be genuine. I gave him a chance. He kept yapping about shit. But yeah, Sky, you can go back to muting if you want to, since we're still like at the beginning of the video. I didn't mean to get tilted by that guy. I got one guide like the first time in my stream. Everybody gets one guide, and it usually happens to bigger streamers. It happened to me today. My first one guy, everybody. Yay. Alright, back to the video.
Using Ground News since 2021. It is one of my favorite apps. Like, it is my go-to. Like, when I wake up, I like check Twitter and then I check Ground News like immediately. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview.
This is facts, though.
Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. And it's only $5 a month, which is like basically the price of a coffee nowadays. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
Yeah.
Right? So
I did
let's
not.
get back to the video.
Don't worry, Shoe. I got you.
BookTok is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop. Spicy slop. You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean? Porn.
Degeneracy.
It means porn. Spice level is very important to book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. The spiciest book going viral on BookTok lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta.
I can't believe this is an actual book, by the way. Like, it's a meme, right? Like, people aren't seriously reading this and taking it serious, right? Right?
Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt.
I see where this is going.
Oh my god! She's just like me!
Exactly.
Moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab it with both hands. Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef.
This shit is making me cringe.
With the manly, meaty endowments to... Okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity.
It's smut. Like, it's smut for women. Why are you trying to break this down at a collegiate level? Like it's, well, actually, I mean, there's late stage capitalism and toxic masculinity. Like, bruh, no, it's about jerking off. Like, it ain't that deep, bruh. It's not that deep. Like, it's the same as watching like tentacle stuff. Like, am I missing something?
In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of a Marxist revolution.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer every night.
I just can't, dude. I can't. I can't.
This is every fucking BreadTube video to me, dude. This is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished.
Oh, no. No.
So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest Minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males. And I read the whole thing.
No,
Probably gonna
no.
be on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here like selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote, the seam of his sack. So I'm reading this.
The same.
And the whole time I'm thinking like, okay, he probably has like a human head, right? He probably like looks something like this, like, you know, just a dude with like horns. Then I see the official artwork. That's a cow.
that's straight up a cow, bro. Like, what the f?
Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow. In a few parts they're being intimate and it will be like, his hooves clip-clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this.
Ooh, like, yeah, imagine like a big ass cow tongue. Ooh. Not even me as a male VTuber can compete with that. Imagine how human males feel. It's like, how are we supposed to live up to those standards? It's like women talk about all the time living up to. I guess I gotta say corn instead of the other word, so I don't get censored. Like women talk about having to live up to corn standards all the time, but at least the women in those videos are human. They're human women. Like, how the fuck can we compete with a fucking cow? Then again, do I even want to compete with a cow? I don't think I do.
Book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing the shit and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbeau scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also f***ers his ass.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I can't. I thought I'd be able to, but this video's already fucking making me have eternal cringe.
She f***ers the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing a cow's ass. Is that what you freaks want? Anyway,
no.
I like how in this fantasy world, student loans still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans. Sad. Oh, and he has one of those bull rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings. And in this world, that means, like, you're married, but apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow with a cow ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her, the heat of his hand dropping to her knee would have.
Is this supposed to be sexy? Like, bro, what the f- Violet, I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. Like, what are we doing?
I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. She was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation. Inside every woman, there
I can't, bro.
are two wolves. Or two bulls. The strong, independent girl boss and the submissive, doting housewife. And in the presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal, she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to
It's funny that this is in a smut novel, because this is the same shit that red pill dudes believe. Like, if you're in your eternal masculinity, any woman will be feminine. Like, bro, it don't really work that way. Like, you can think that it works that way. You can live in your own little bubble just like anybody else does, but that doesn't mean it's reality. Like, bro, there are some people have masculine and feminine traits. Everybody does. It's a human thing. I'm sorry.
factory settings.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story.
The female fantasy is to be spoiled by men with money. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Clean up aisle 5. So that's what I thought of it.
You.
But what did other people think of it? What are the reviews on this book? This book has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000 ratings and a 3.6 on Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings.
I need to start writing smut, dude, because if like, bro, if shit like this sells, like, I could come up with shit like this. You just gotta be a degenerate. You gotta be a degenerate, think about what women like, and then just write it. Like, and then add in some kind of mystical element like centaurs or some shit.
Let's just read some random ones here. Hear me out. Hear me out. A milking good time. Sweet and creamy. The spice is spicing. I was very leery of starting this because I thought it was just gonna be porn. The plot is pretty good.
I read it for the plot, guys. The same reason I watch is for the plot, right?
The plot? Please. This is like the new I read Playboy for the articles.
Ah, yeah, exactly.
This book could kill a Victorian child. 5 stars. I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose intolerant now. So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star. Not a helpful guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow, and now my family has no food for the winter.
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a legend right there.
1 star, accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lesai. Why can't human males be more like this? Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick. I never want to hear from another person about how they read 100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming. Well, Ronald, man detected, this isn't for you. This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay?
I mean, she had a point. She got a point, but at the same time, like, men know that the stuff we watch is slop. We don't say there's a good plot to it. Well, I like the character development. Like, no, we just want to see something visually stimulating, get the rocks off, and then that's it. And then we know what it is. We don't try to shroud it in like, well, I mean, it's actually a good book. If you like, no, it's degenerate smut. Like both. They're one and the same.
God bless America. It's great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next. If this is what freedom looks like, I'm really rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster porn, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay? Bullcock matters. Edit that out.
Dude.
Editor, edit that out. Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse? So many people owe a certain streamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations. Would you like to see them? I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend.
They just had to rope my kind into it, didn't they? They just had to rope the Anis and the demons in. They had to. I will not stand for this.
That time I got drunk and saved a demon.
Again? Why me?
Gentling the beast. Cupcakes for my orc enemy. Main of my existence. The gargoyle and the spinster. The widow and the orcs. Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons. Getting it on with gargoyles.
Alright, Bad Dragon makes a lot of sense right now. I thought it was like a meme, and I didn't really understand it, but now I think I get it now. I think I get why Bad Dragon's a thing.
Gotten by the gator. Mated.
Gator? Yeah, I hear fucking Killer Croc now.
To the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why they chose the bear. The Billionaire Orc, Moth Manager, Wolves and Whipped Cream, The Wolf in My Tavern, Pounded by Produce. What?
What? You're sexualizing vegetables now? I can't, dude. I can't.
Are these the books the Nazis burned?
My husband only reads finance and
Understandable.
sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature. So the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm. And it's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs, and it's a special type of milking.
Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, if you... Oh, God. Imagine it the other way around. It's like, well, this is called a glory hole. It's like, ew, you're sick. Like, but it's a glory hole with minotaurs. It's like, oh, that changes it then.
See, honey, she's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washer machine. Women on TikTok are openly, proudly talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it. I hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books like A Court of Thorns and Roses and Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge, if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, book talk has become full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans. The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God.
Defies the laws of physics and God? Like, it's humans doing the deed. Like, it happens every day, multiple times. Like, am I missing something? What do you mean defies physics? No, it doesn't. Like, thing goes in. Feel good. That's what the stuff we watch is. We don't watch mermaids and shit. I mean, some people might, but the average man isn't watching like too crazy as shit. Oh my God, dude.
Over 90% of men between the ages 16 and 73 watch porn in any random month. There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. What they are gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire, scenes that depict women coming first and frequently. And what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes. In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine."
Alright, what are you talking about women coming first when it's about milking minotaurs? Like, how does that serve her purpose? Sounds like it just serves the minotaur's purpose, like, right? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, oh my God.
But his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine a group of men sitting around drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing. It's just funny, okay? Like, it's funny. Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny?
It's pretty fucking funny.
If that makes me a sexist and misogynist, you got me. To act like you are so different and above the other Gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but you are no different than Joe Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latinas in Space 12. You're
the difference is fat booty Latinas exist. Like, you can go outside and see them. You don't see minotaurs walking around. That's the difference.
Sitting there all high and mighty, one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse cock spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed. The scenes these men are reading, to many people, myself included, are insanely sexy. But purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many of the comments on these videos point out, there is much wilder stuff out there. For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered nodding.
I'm mad that I know exactly what that is. I'm mad that I know what that is.
a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides. Oh! Oh honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do.
Exactly. Oh man, bestiality is illegal, man. Keep it out of that. Keep it out of your smut. Please. Please. That's also a main difference. It's like you're reading about shit that if dudes watched a video about, it would be illegal and they'd get locked up for owning it. Like, there's a difference.
Oh, you just don't get it. You don't know what knotting is.
Oh,
what are these women reading, bro? What happened to that, like, stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing, going home for Christmas to your hometown and falling in love with the cute farmer boy? What happened to that? We used to make fun of that. We truly did not know what
we need that back, honestly.
we had until it was gone. Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls. I remember
oh my.
When 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey looks like missionary sex through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the shit the average woman on TikTok is reading. At least Christian Grey was a human man and not a fucking dog. You fantasize about dating the quiet, shy, nerdy girl. You know, she's innocent, she's pure, she's not like those other girls, like going out clubbing and hooking up with random men.
But she's reading shit like this, though.
No, she's at home, curled up by the fire in a blanket reading a book, except that book is about f***ing a half man, half bull. Let me let you in on a little secret. The quiet nerdy girl is way more of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. The average hoe might have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at
oh man. Sending her to the fucking nether realm with the back shots.
Least 100 bodies. Now listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with fantasizing, okay? There's nothing wrong with roleplay. You know, fiction is fiction, right? You know, you're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow. Or at least I hope not. We all know there's a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy into reality? Well,
you get white women. You get white women that sleep with their dogs. Because I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing, but it is. I've seen plenty of stories on Twitter that I wish I have not read that have plagued my mind and gave me nightmares.
You get Sinners and Stardust.
Oh my god. You're not gonna get freaky with Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, guys. I'm sorry to break it to you. I don't know who I gotta break this to. Pyramid Head is not gonna sleep with you. He's gonna take that big ass sword and drive it through your fucking chest, and you're gonna be dead. And that's it. That's the end of it. That's what Pyramid Head does. Have you ever played a Silent Hill game?
What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners and Stardust was supposed to be a dark romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right? Maybe,
wrong.
If you're a woman. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you. Alright y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make. This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries only. A lot of you may know my good friend Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend he attended Sinners and Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent? Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants or touch his dick?
That's assault, guys. What are these women doing? That's straight up assault. Like, this is the equivalent of going to a convention like an anime con and filling up women's asses just because. Like, no, It's wrong in both situations, guys. What the fuck?
Low? Do we think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose?
Yeah, that's assault. What the fuck? And what's up, Daniel? How's it going? Yeah, I was late as fuck stream today. I'm sorry. We're a little over halfway through the shoe female gooner video, and I've been dying over here. I've been dying, man. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, it's not looking too good for the female gooners based on what I'm seeing. Yeah, dude, it's terrible. Like, I'm sure you'll see the video on YouTube. It's terrible, man.
Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this? Furthermore, do we think it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman, despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and, you know, that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away? And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an air tag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room. They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety, and then they put a f***ing
What the f? Even dudes that go to, like, corn conventions don't do shit like this to the women. Because a lot of us know better. It's fiction. What the f?
Tracker on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel. This poor guy dressed like a character in one of the romantasy books at this romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves. Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef. I remember years ago there was this thing called cosplay is not consent. Basically, it was a campaign to bring attention to the fact that
I
people
remember
at
this.
conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back because these women did not get the memo. I've been a furry for over a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly, I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this.
Exactly.
Like, me and my buddies in our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy. Get your shit together, y'all. When the furries are calling you out for being freaks,
When the furries call you weird, yeah, that's how you know you're weird.
you need to reflect. Something has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this book talk convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted by women. Multiple women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter how many times she said no, quote, "My words did nothing."
They gotta stop reading these books, man. If these books are making them forget the idea of consent, your brain is cooked, brother. Even corn addicts know what consent is. What are we doing?
May I remind you, this is a book convention, okay? For books. Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this.
Yeah.
There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for EV Magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I trust her. The brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal.
This
If
is
your
true.
erotic imagination centers around abuse, monstrous violence, and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, it's neuroplasticity at its darkest.
This is facts, dude. This is facts. That's why a lot of people who are addicted to watching stuff like that, they go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole and watch more and more shit until that's the only thing they can get off to. Which is why it's good to practice moderation when you do shit like this. That way you can reset your brain, reprogram it to not be as fucked. Oh man. Well, I thought the male gooners were bad, but I didn't know shit apparently.
Scientists, psychologists, and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image despite
It's
their
true.
mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it stands to reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels because one is a video of two people actually having real sex and the other is, well, just words on paper.
That's another thing I was saying. Like, a lot of the stuff men watch is just people, like humans, having sex. It's not this whole milking minotaurs in order to make a living and then falling in love with the minotaur that you milked. And like bro, this shit, that doesn't happen in real life. Two people having sex happens literally every day, multiple times between, I would say, millions of people. Like, there's a huge difference between reality and people writing fantasy shit.
I am, however, talking about the effect on the consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad? You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase. Is reading smut harmful?
Apparently
Should we
it is.
shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful? In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality should be shamed, pedophilia should be shamed. I'm not equating monster smut with these things, but there are 50 shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful.
You're not equating monster smut with bestiality, even though that's literally what it fucking is. You're reading about bestiality, guys. Sorry. That's just a reality.
Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy.
Yeah,
Basically,
I would
they're
say
cooked.
so.
Like, women are cooked. They are frying their brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You know, you start watching Shoe0nHead, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right? You know, the alt-right pipeline.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
And this one's like, you're reading Morning Glory Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you're Mrs. Hands, right? Just say no. Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular? Like, you rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just like a girl with cat ears and fangs, or like...
Yeah! Like men look at, I mean, a lot of Rule 34 stuff, and some of that stuff gets crazy. But, I mean, it's not really, like, mainstream. Like, it's mostly in, like, niche communities. This shit is best-selling books on Amazon, which is basically, on paper, the same shit that is niche in male communities. Like, it shouldn't be this popular, man. What the
10-foot-tall dommy-mommy vampire with...
Alright, I mean, who doesn't want that, though? I mean, a lot of women like her, too, so, I mean, you know.
giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to f the pollution monster from Fern Gully.
The pollution monster from Fern Gully. What the fuck, man?
So people on Reddit asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend. Several reasons. 1, human men are quite often terrible. Romance books with human men are already partly fantasy.
Alright, how the fuck can you say human men are quite often terrible? Like, do you know every human man to be able to say that? Because if you don't, then you're making a generalization. And generalizations kind of suck. There's always exceptions. So go find you an exception.
But monsters just takes the fantasy bit further. 2, it's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures.
It's human nature to fantasize for ghosts and creatures of the Black Lagoon. That's a cope if I've ever heard it.
We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now, lol. 3, unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of dicks. Scary, mean, terrifying creature is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle.
That's the fantasy part, guys, because scary, mean, terrifying creatures aren't going to be sweet to you. They're gonna fucking kill you and probably eat you. Like, it is what it is.
etc. Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc., etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men.
Bro, I'm sick of hearing this shit. Shut the f up, bitch. Shut up. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, what do you mean less dangerous than dating actual men? I've never hit on my partner or did anything to him. Hell, if anything, it's been the opposite. I've been on the receiving end of So what are you even talking about?
As a fat woman of color, modern, contemporary, and even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are almost always about thin white women and just too realistic, and romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women/women of color. In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter, and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it. I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick.
Jesus Christ, man. These are fem sales. These are fem sales, guys. Like, how do you hate all men? As somebody who was a former incel, I didn't even hate all women back then. I just thought it was an issue with me. I didn't blame all women for my problems. Just like you shouldn't blame all men for your problems. Because it's not. And I just saw what's on the screen right now. Size doesn't matter though, guys, right? The big ones hurt.
Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen. Unique genitalia. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly.
Bad Dragon was a mistake.
A lot of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding, non-consensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men.
What's so f***ed up about that is like, oh, human men are dangerous in real life and I gotta worry about, you know, getting taken advantage of. So I'm gonna read about this big ass monster taking advantage of me, and I'm gonna like it. Like, what kind of logic is going on there?
Because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society. But
they're still demonizing it while reading stuff about it.
Truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have those like dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have all these traits women desire without the problematic baggage human men bring, without being the men they hate or have been told to hate. It is the perfect guilt-free slop. But they don't just want a wild dominant man, they want to tame a wild dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe with a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues. You can do it. It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk.
It's gonna ruin your life, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. I've tried. You can't save them. You cannot save them. They will only change if they want to change. Don't do it, guys. It's not worth it.
Talk to her. With many women, there's this desire for like danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me. But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair where men were saying, this is the average male fantasy, and a bunch of women were like, you wanna rape a disabled girl? When in reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman and save her. This is like basically the flip of that, right? This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When in reality, it's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they are basically both the same fantasy. This is a tale as old as time, the princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, you know? But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something. Maybe it's not that deep. There are some hungers better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for minotaur. Yeah, that's the moral of this video. So what do you guys think? What is your theory? Why is the monster romance genre so popular with
cow
women in particular?
PJs.
And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already. It's not that he's a fish, okay? He has an energy. Vibe.
Sure.
You know what? Never mind. And I will see you guys again really soon with a new video. Bye!
Jesus Christ, this video
MF Doom.
ruined me. I'm tainted now. Their after credit scene, Shoe. Huh?
I love how the f***ing Bowl Man is a progressive, by the way. He's a progressive. He voted for Hillary. He would have voted for Obama 3 times if he could.
Oh, man. You said why dragon boyfriends, Daniel? Because that's what they write about in the books. I don't know. I don't know why. But it's a thing, apparently. All right. I'll post the link in chat if you guys want to go like the video, show some love, all that stuff. All that good stuff. Yeah. It was probably a good thing you were late, because it was a tough watch. But, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, I appreciate you. Thanks for getting through this war with me, basically. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was going through a war. But yeah, like and subscribe if you want to. Thank you. And till next time, guys. Bye.